The mask source and the mask target is one way to create a mask within Vizrt. We're going to set up a scene here to demonstrate how it works. Within my scene right now, I have an image in the background here, just so that we'll be able to see what we're keying out. And to get started, I'm going to go into my geometries here, and let's just use a rectangle. We'll scale this up to fill it full screen. And to do that, we can come down here and hit scale to screen. And then I just want to scale this down a little bit as well. And then if you want to drag a material on it and or some type of image as well, we can. So I'm just going to drop this blue on it here, and I'll change the mapping here to vertex to fill it. Now, I want to mask part of this out, so we want to go into our built-ins. We're going to use another object here to mask part of this out. We could use anything. I'm just going to drag a ring up here just to show you what the different settings are with the mask. Now, to get a mask to work, you actually have two plugins here. There's a mask source and a mask target. And you need to think what you actually want to mask out. In this case, we want to mask out that blue background. So that is the target. I'm going to drag the mask target onto that. I'm going to drag our mask source onto our ring. And you can see when we do that immediately that we're seeing the picture in the back. So as I move this position of the ring and or scale it, you can see how this is working. Now, if we click on the mask source to go into the properties editor, the first thing that we have here at the top is layers. And if I were to turn this layer 1 off and turn layer 2 on, there's no longer a mask. But if I turn layer 1 back on with the 2, there's still a mask. Now, these layers must correspond to whichever layer you have in your other mask target. So here we are in the mask target now, and we have layer 1 on. If I turn layer 1 off and turn 2 on, it's not going to work because our other mask source is set to layer 1. So we'll leave it on layer 1. Now, the reason you may want to have multiple layers here is because you may need multiple masks, and you may want to assign them each their own individual layer or number so as to cut down on the confusion within the scene. Now, within the scene settings, there is also a masking setting within the scene settings here. And if you wanted to invert your masks, this is where you could do that. Within the scene settings, there's masking and invert layers. So if we were to flip-flop this, you can see how it flip-flops that mask. And if you want to get it back, you just turn off layer 1 there. So if you do come in and adjust this ring properties for whatever reason and need to change the shape of one mask or the other, you can see how this reacts here, and that you can pretty much mask out any object, image, or font using this method.